Hey guys, welcome back to Film Truth. Today we'll present to you 100 Days Wild, Season 1 Best Bits. Let's head into it. Number 7. The production process of Season 1.
We're ready or not. I'm not gonna lie to you guys right now. Everyone's freaking out.
I don't want nothing from you.
No.
Who's making all these rules up?
Initially, the Discovery Channel show 100 Days Wild was advertised as 5 strangers going to Alaska to join a couple at their wild homestead to build a community. Early episodes teased the audience on a tight timeline with a fight of bushcraft abilities against a harsh Alaskan environment and a raw look at the human drama guaranteed in such circumstances. As the show advanced, many have expressed opinions on social media that the show they thought they would see ended up being an overproduced and scripted melodrama. Viewers have complained about a shift to the same kind of constructed drama seen on many shows on other networks, in focus away from life in the wild. Between September 10th and September 13th, 2019, 3 cast members and crew were seen in Nenana and left by boat at different times. It must have been Garrett and his crew in one group and Evan and Christine in another group with their crew. The crew of Adam and the Discovery Channel were in Manly Hot Springs and left during the same period. At this point, the date of Oliver's arrival isn't clear.
Oh, hey, it's Oliver. Hey. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm Oliver.
Jennifer, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Evan. Hello, Evan. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Oliver just showed up in leather everything. Leather is the new black.
He stayed at the Roadhouse in Manly Hot Springs and the Sophie Station Suites in Fairbanks for an estimated 2 weeks, where he was said to be living in the wild. After Oliver was asked to leave the show, I received a tip that before returning to the wild, Oliver may have left Alaska at this point, but I'm waiting for confirmation. A family member of Adam's disclosed that sometime in December, all the cast were back from Alaska. Property records confirm local reports that Birch Camp is on the same small property and the discovered cabin on the show. In 2018, the cabin was listed by Fairbanks real estate agents. Prior to filming in 2019, ownership was transferred. All the crew would have known it and cast it at least as early as the initial work on the goatee shown by Adam and Evan being built. The show claims that 10 miles from base camp is Birch Camp. Property records confirm that approximately 3 miles is the actual distance. In winter, snowmobiles and dog mushers travel heavily through the area around Manly Hot Springs. This ensures that locals are actively trapped in the surrounding area. I've received details about residents of Manly with trapping claims in the area, but have not been authorized to publish their names. The locals of Manly report a year of snowfall above average, making it easy to see where people come and go. There's a main snowmobile trail that connects Tanana and Nenana to Manly. Those who travel through the area tell a story, consistent with Oliver's camp being also located on the same property as Birch Camp and the discovered cabin. Trail use and fresh snow also indicate that by the 3rd week of December, the camps have been vacated. Number 6. The credibility of Season 1.
To come out here and do this, it really has to be a passion.
I just quit my job to go live my dream. That's intense.
The week before Christmas, snowmobilers who were in the region of the multiple camp property were in the area. We arrive at a date around December 18th if we assume that the cast and crew left just before then. September 13th to December 18 are 97 days. They might have been there for 100 days, but they might as well have left earlier in December. In Nenana and Manly Hot Springs, it's known that Andrew broke through the ice of Tanana River and sank a snowmobile in the 1st week of December with 2 other locals. Several days between then and Christmas, he was seen in Manly without any film crew. This indicates that as early as December 1st they were done with filming. The total time in the wild would have only been 80 days in this scenario. After his hiatus in Fairbanks, I've not yet confirmed Oliver's return. It was on a different timeline than the others if he was there for 100 days. Number 5. Best things in Season 1. Now let's look at some of the most exciting things about the show Season 1 and its production. Number 4. Flying boats. Residents of Manly report that in the 3rd week of October, 2 or 3 Discovery Channel boats were flown by helicopter to Manly. Due to heavy ice conditions, it's known that by October 17th the river was not passable. With some confidence, other boat captains in the area speculated that the film crew was unprepared for the ice and was stranded. Number 3. Crew presence.
The main thing is there's no leader to the community.
People might lead in a moment, like someone might lead, something is happening and someone steps up and leads, but that doesn't make them the leader.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Everybody has autonomy to do what they want, but that autonomy depends on being able to trust everyone else to think of everyone while they're making decisions.
About 24 crew members were seen at various times in Manly Hot Springs. They're known to have stayed at the local roadhouse and interacted regularly with locals. In addition, immediately adjacent to the Birch camp and discovered cabin, the crew had rented a large cabin. Number 2, illegal hunting.
You're worrying about what's your protein source today? Are you going to catch any fish? Are you going to find a moose? Are we going to find some grouse? Is the wind going to blow a tree on the shelter? So, different circumstances, different things to think about. But it absolutely felt much more natural and just a level of freedom that.
Course records show that in an incident coinciding with the second to last day of moose season, Garrett was tried and convicted of criminal violation of hunting regulations. The charges are consistent with shooting an undersized bull by a non-resident hunter. The following minimum restriction applies to non-residents in the area where the show was filmed. 1 bull with 50-inch antlers, or antlers with at least one side of 4 or more brow tines. Experienced hunters have said that the moose killed at the show seemed to be staged. Details such as the level of obvious rigor mortis and the eyes are pointed out. The oddness of the seam seems likely to have come not from the staged moose, but from the illegally hunted moose. It was discussed that the scavenging of the moose Oliver shown in the show was from an unrelated group of Fairbanks hunters. Andrew is shown shooting the moose in the episode showing the hunt. Any bull moose in that hunting zone is a legal quarry for resident hunters. The hunters with whom I spoke said it was very common for bulls to come out at dusk and get killed in high numbers at this time. One explanation several times suggested that the moose was probably shot at night, left there, then the following morning the rest was filmed. This provides one plausible explanation as to why the shot and kill has so little footage. Why was Andrew shown shooting the moose is the question that needs to be asked. This leads to murky ground. If Garrett illegally shot the moose, then the immediate surrender of the entire animals for Alaska Fish and Game would have been the correct course of action. As the moose is shown to be taken back to base camp, this does not seem to have been done. Guys looking after the legalities of the show would surely include a production with dozens of crew. Changing the on-screen hunter has potentially dark consequences. Was this long enough covered up to get the footage? Another possible explanation is that the night before this footage of Garrett shooting the moose, but other edits have been made to change the hunt and shooter story. This still wouldn't explain why there's no immediate surrender of the illegal killing. Number 1. Conclusion. There's a good chance that it wasn't 100 days, but it's part of the first season, we believe. It's confirmed that 4 of the survivors were shackled to the crew next door, who certainly had access to food and other amenities. The locations and distances are mostly falsified in the show. It almost sounds like a Hollywood set, with several camps on the same property and the crew next door. It's difficult not to wonder, with so many clearly falsified moments, how much of the rest of the show was faked. The more I pulled back the curtain, the more it smelled like a fish kettle. What do you think about the first season of 100 Days Wild? Do you like it so far? Let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.